Mini episode 1525 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You'll want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Hello and welcome to FDH Lounge mini episode 1525, the weekly FDH football preview show. I'm FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our fantasy and non-fantasy preview for Week 3 of the 2022 NFL season, as well as a look at Week 4 of the college football season. For last week's college picks, we were 5-0 and are 10-5 for the season. Here's what we've got this week. Tennessee minus 10.5 over Florida. Texas Tech plus 6.5 over Texas. Notre Dame plus 1.5 over North Carolina. Minnesota minus 3 over Michigan State, and Ohio State minus 18.5 over Wisconsin. In the NFL, we're going for our fourth season since 2016 of being profitable, i.e. above 52.4%, picking every game of the season. Last week we were 9-7, 2-1 on the Big Three, and 0-1 on the lock, almost completely matching the previous slate. We're 18-14, 4-2, and 1-1 on the season. Here's our picks for this week. Pittsburgh plus 4.5 over Cleveland. Detroit plus 6 over Minnesota. Philadelphia minus 6.5 over Washington. Tennessee plus 2.5 over Las Vegas. Buffalo minus 6 over Miami. New Orleans minus 3 over Carolina. Houston plus 2.5 over Chicago. Indianapolis plus 6.5 over Kansas City. The LA Chargers minus 7 over Jacksonville. Atlanta plus 2 over Seattle, Tampa Bay minus 1 over Green Bay, San Francisco minus 1.5 over Denver, and the New York Giants minus 3 over Dallas. For our Big Three, it's Cincinnati minus 5 over the New York Jets, and the LA Rams minus 3.5 over Arizona, and in the 1,000-star gold-plated lock of the millennium for NFL Week 3, it's Baltimore minus 3 over New England. Now for our fantasy football segment. Remember, we strongly discourage fantasy over managing. You don't pull your top guys unless they're hurt or on a bye, period. Don't let the matchups or everything geeks tell you anything different. Here's our list of guys that you go with as long as you're confident that they'll be playing. QB, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, and Russell Wilson. Running back, Nick Chubb, Dalvin Cook, Austin Eckler, Najee Harris, Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, Joe Mixon, and Jonathan Taylor. Wide receiver, Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, CeeDee Lamb, and Deebo Samuel. Tight end, Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Kyle Pitts, and Darren Waller. Remember, our Thursday night game picks and fantasy recommendations are up every week on our Twitter page at the FDH Lounge. Now here's our non-gimme picks for the week. We like 5 QBs: Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, Trevor Lawrence, and Tua. We like 15 running backs: Saquon Barkley, A.J. Dillon, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Ezekiel Elliott, Travis Etienne, Antonio Gibson, Kareem Hunt, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, David Montgomery, Cordero Patterson, James Robinson, Miles Sanders, Javonte Williams, and Jeff Wilson. We like 18 wide receivers: Rashad Bateman, A.J. Brown, Marquise Brown, Brandon Cooks, Amari Cooper, T. Higgins, Deontay Johnson, Christian Kirk, Drake London, Terry McLaurin, DK Metcalf, Allen Robinson, Juju Smith-Schuster, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Courtland Sutton, Jalen Waddle, Mike Williams, and Garrett Wilson. And we like 5 tight ends: Zach Ertz, Pat Freiermuth, Dallas Goddard, Tyler Higbee, and David Njoku. Thank you for joining us for this week's FDH Football Preview Show.